Guys, I believe you should understand what mobility track under Erasmus Mundus mean as you select them and as you apply for Erasmus Mundus opportunity, which will be opening soon rather than later, sooner rather than later. So, in this video, I will be discussing all you should know about Erasmus Mundus mobility track, its advantages that gives you the privilege to explore and all. So let me go into the slide. I've been asked questions like what do you mean by mobility track? Many people already heard me mention mobility track in some of my videos, and as first time applicants or someone who is not familiar with Erasmus Mundus, they are wondering what mobility track mean. So mobility track basically mean uh, the combination of countries, I mean, combination of universities you've selected. And apparently, under Erasmus Mundus scholarship, you need to study in two or more universities, which are always located in different countries. So this has to do with the different universities in different countries that you'll be selecting. And in some cases, for few of the Erasmus Mundus program, they have fixed mobility track. That means they do not have option to choose. So every awardee that win or that apply and pay for that particular Erasmus Mundus program will have to go through the same process. They will have to attend the same university at the same time. So they have fixed mobility track. But most of the programs you need to select your mobility track. For me, we had five options under my program, and we had an option we have a university in Denmark, in Sweden, in Italy, in Germany, and in the UK. So for some people, they selected the Germany, then the Italy option. For some people, they selected the Sweden and then the Denmark option. For me, I selected the Germany and the UK option. So you can see how diverse it can be. So that means for few reasons, you may not even know everyone with which you are studying the same course until you have a joint summer module or a compulsory conference to attend in a particular country or university under your program. So that's how interesting mobility track is. So I think with my definition now, you should understand what mobility track means. I think I need to officially welcome my 1 second, please. I need to attend to my baby. So let's continue from there. Let me go straight to the slide. Just few slides. For people who are already familiar with my channel, you know I love PowerPoint. It kind of simplify the work and gives clarity. So let me go into it. So I even forgot to mention to greet everyone. Good day. And for people who are already familiar with this channel, I'm Kudrat. For people who are just coming for the first time, thank you for coming. You're very welcome. And this is a good channel for you if you are looking, if you are scouting for fully funded opportunities in form of scholarship for your master's, for your PhD, for your BSc, even internships. Yeah. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not. Thank you so much for the support. So let me go on to the slide now. Okay. So the first thing that your choice of mobility track affects is the country where you'll be studying, and that I think that's clear enough with my definition of the mobility track. It will state where you'll be studying. So I selected the countries I selected when I was applying. My when I was applying for Erasmus Mundus scholarship, where the scholarship where I studied. I think that's clear enough. So for people who selected Germany and Sweden, that was where they studied. So that's clear enough. And under Erasmus Mundus, you have you will have to study in two or more. So for my program, two was where two universities and countries was where we studied. Under some programs, they will have to study in three. Even for some programs, they will have to study in four countries. So you need to look into the program website to know this information. Yeah, I love to make reference to the program website a lot, and that will tell you how important it is, how important reading all the information on the program website is, and how it can uh, give you more information that anyone else may not be able to give you. Uh, Secondly, the choice of visa track will affect your visa application procedure. Some awardees are not aware of this. I'm sure of this. But when they eventually win, they don't know that if you are going to Malta, for instance, you will have a different application procedure when compared to people who are to resume in Spain. People who are to resume in Germany have different application procedure and requirements when you compare it with people who have to resume in Italy. So you should have these in mind as you apply. It doesn't affect anything. You'll have multiple degrees as well, but have it in mind that when you eventually win, your visa application procedure and requirements will be different from other people with different mobility track, even though you are being awarded the same program under the Erasmus Mundus opportunity. I think this is clear. So, so when I had to resume in Germany, I had to visit the Germany embassy. So in my country, so if you be resuming in Sweden, that'll be a different procedure and embassy for you. I think that's clear. That's clear enough. Also, this is the major reason why I'm doing this video. Your choice of mobility track will affect your studying experiences. You know that there are different culture in all these different countries. So the language you have the opportunity to learn with different with another awardee who will be studying in another country. So for me, I I had the privilege to study German, to learn German. And for people who were studying in Sweden, they had the privilege to learn. I was saying, I keep saying studying because I'm focused on studying. They have the privilege to learn the language there, Swedish, I guess. So that's how it is. For people who are studying in Finland, they will have the privilege to study. No, so sorry. It's okay. They have the privilege to learn Finnish. And those are the examples. For people who will be studying in Poland, they will have the privilege and opportunity to learn the Polish language. So you have different interesting experiences, and also the food. The people's food you encounter there will be different. And the most important fact is that you should read every information on the program website. For some Erasmus Mundus program, it is mandatory that you study in English and another language. For instance, French. If you'll be studying in France, for instance. So if you do not read this information well and you get this offer, when you resume, it will be difficult to graduate. And that would be terrible. Nobody would like that. So as we win, we hope for success and successful completion of the degree. and you do not want to have issues with language. For instance, I think one of these programs, I forgot the name, you need to proficiency. You need to prove. I think you need to prove your proficiency in English and French before you can apply. So please do not make sure you are writing the correct and true information in your document, both your motivation letter and your CV. And then you should even ask. You can ask alumnus, any alumnus or alumni you come across online. You can ask them questions. For instance, I know of a particular program that an awardee was asked to complete a particular course in the country's language, and that was not written in the program information. So this affected the studying experience a whole lot. You can imagine you're not aware of this particular thing, and it is mandatory that you study. You have been lectured in a particular strange language, and your exam question will be in that language, and you have to answer in that language. So you need to ask questions and read all the information on the program website to be on the safe side. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. Better to be informed. And then the next, I think, the last information I have here is that your choice of mobility track will affect your experiences outside study. Yes, one of the experiences outside your study is the language you will have the opportunity to learn. Is the uh is the locations you have the opportunity to explore, to visit, and all. And another interesting experience outside study is your post-study plan. If you are planning to stay in that country after your bachelor's degree. So the requirement for staying in the UK after your studies will be different from the requirement to stay in Germany after your studies. Will different for people who are willing to stay in Poland, people who are willing to stay in Spain, in Slovenia, in Slovakia, and all these countries. Another, the last example I have here is the cost of living. That is outside your studies, even though every Erasmus Mundus awardee will be receiving the same monthly pay. So you should have it in mind that your choice of mobility track will affect your monthly expenses. How much you pay for your accommodation, how much you pay for uh, you spend on feeding, how much you spend on transportation. For instance, in Germany, my student ID cards were my student ID card was enough to get on bus freely as a student and to get on some regional trains. But in the UK, it is not so. In so many countries, they do not have free transportation system for students. So you can imagine how much I have to spend on transportation in the UK compared to how free it is in Germany. So all these are things that your choice of mobility track will affect. So you should put this in mind. They are interesting facts. But the most important thing I've discussed here is how it affects your studying experience. You should read all the information on your program websites to be sure that your studies will be in English completely if you are only proficient in English language. So I wish you all the best with your application, and I look forward to celebrating you soon. Very soon, we'll be having two 2025 Erasmus Mundus awardees from who I think it should be from who. It's okay. It, We'll be learning from them. We'll be learning from them. So if you have questions, if you have doubts, curiosity that you think you want the 2020, the new awardees to answer, you have questions for them. So subscribe, turn on the notification, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.